This morning's procession was followed by a law enforcement memorial ceremony in Bozeman. MTN's Caitlin Corbett was there and shares why it's such a special day in Gallatin County.
We are a family. The law enforcement family is just a part of the bigger family, and that's all of our communities. And, there's no better place than Montana for that.
It's a day of reflection for Montana law enforcement as hundreds from across the state gathered in Bozeman at the Montana Law Enforcement Memorial Ceremony. The ceremony took time to honor those who have served, those who still serve, and those who have lost their lives in the line of duty.
Well, sometimes I think people forget that law enforcement sacrifices every day. Of course, many jobs are like that, but not very many jobs are in a situation where when trouble starts, it's law enforcement running to the trouble while the rest of us run away.
For local law enforcement, the losses of MHP trooper David DeLate in 2010 and Broadwater County Sheriff's Deputy Mason Moore last May made today's remembrance special.
The events that we had out in Three Forks really hit close to home and hit our community very hard, and our law enforcement organizations. And so we are honored to be able to be a part of this and pay tribute to the sacrifice of Deputy Moore and Trooper DeLate and their families.
But today is also special for another reason. Today would have been Deputy Mason Moore's 43rd birthday. And Attorney General Tim Fox says that the best way to remember those we've lost is to continue to honor those who serve.
Montana should never forget we live in a special place. When you look at the sunshine, the snow-capped mountains, things greening up for spring, there's so much that we can enjoy here in our constitutional freedoms. None of that happens without public safety officials who make sure that we can enjoy those freedoms. So that's why we give thanks for law enforcement, first responders, firemen, and others who answer the call to public service.
Montana has lost 129 officers in the line of duty, all of whom were remembered today. In Bozeman, Caitlin Corbett, MTN News.
National Law Enforcement Memorial Day is celebrated on Tuesday, May 15th.